I don't know. I think Khamzat beats him up. He's a problem, dude. I'm glad your boy actually verified that, so you have a little more faith in him.
Who's my boy to verify it? Oh, Chris Curtis. Yeah, he's training. He's still down there training. And Chris, unless you train with him, he doesn't say anything good about anybody. He got beat by Bilal Muhammad. He fought Bilal Muhammad in a Chicago show, lost all 3 rounds, just got laid on the whole time, got dominated, and never once gave Bilal credit. Said Bilal's a bum.
I fucking hate Bilal Muhammad.
What? I'm starting to like him.
I loved him.
He's got that new show. It's on right now. The Anik and Florian thing. I haven't seen it.
With Anik's twin brother.
Anik's twin brother, which is wild. Yeah, it's on right now.
He's like the suave commercial John Anik.
CM Punk's on it right now, boys.
Oh God.
What are y'all talking about?
Bilal Muhammad hosts a YouTube show every Thursday night with John Anik's brother. And they have and they have guests on. Last week it was Gordon.
John Anik's actual brother?
Yeah, twin brother with long. He's got long hair. He's got hair down to his shoulders. Looks and sounds exactly like him.
He's literally a Head and Shoulders commercial version of John Anik.
Yeah,
I've seen him. Anik's posted him on his podcast. I mean, on his Instagram before.
Everybody says how great of a personality Bilal Muhammad has, but I don't know. I don't like him.
He's like French Montana.
He's fun. He looks like French Montana, yeah. But he's funny. I mean, he's. I don't know if he's. I haven't watched the podcast yet, so I don't know if he's like funny like that. But he's funny on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Let me piss really quick before we get this shit started.
We're live, by the way. We're live on YouTube right now. Shout out YouTube. What's up, YouTube?
Yeah, hey, what's up?
It's the only way you can do it. No one's watching. No one's watching, but
live.
It's the only way you can do it.
Bro, in 5 years we're not gonna have Bruce Buffer.
Shut your fucking whore mouth.
It's true, man. You cherish every fucking moment we have with that guy. He's a fucking gem because in 5 years he's not gonna be jumping and shit like that. Like
he already tore his both knees.
Jumping?
Probably. Or banging. That dude fucking bangs chicks left and right down in Vegas.
Yeah, stays in Vegas, probably got a penthouse.
Yeah. Tons of money.
He has the craziest story too with his brother.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That shit's nuts. Like, what are the fucking chances of that?
I mean, they're just both born with good vocal cords.
Well, it's kind of like Frank and Ken. They didn't know each other either, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we're both fucking fighters."
At the highest level.
It's wild. They had Bob Shamrock would adopt these kids. I don't know their story, but basically they're not brothers. They are brothers. I don't fucking know.
It's just the thing with Bruce Buffer is so bizarre to me because they're at the highest level watching each other do it for fucking years, and then all of a sudden they have no idea. I'm gonna piss real quick, boys.
Go piss.
I feel this is definitely the best I've felt as far as going into the prelims and shit.
Yeah. Watch it on live. Make sure it's popping up.
How do I? So can I watch this on live right now?
Yeah, it's a little delayed, but if you go to my MMA Takes YouTube, it's live.
Of course, I'll follow it. By the way, don't even ask.
I tweeted it too, the live link.
Yeah. Oh, did I see myself?
I can put the chat up. See, no comments or reactions.
Do you want me? I could put this shit on Instagram and we get fucking probably 1,000. But it's just people that don't know shit about UFC.
You can share whatever you want. I don't care.
So you retweeted. I'm just gonna retweet it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, with this new software, I haven't bought it yet. This is the trial version, and you can go live like this, and it kind of lays things out better. And I can link in people with Skype and whatnot. So kind of give it a little thing, and then eventually I'm going to create kind of like overlays and have it nice. We'll see though.
What are some good hashtags? UFC, fucking UFC 253.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, did you see the hashtag that they made for UFC 253? Did you see it?
No.
Oh, if you do it on Twitter, if you type in, if you do hashtag UFC 253,
yeah,
it immediately comes up the fucking little island thing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I don't know if you could. I'm not even gonna try it.
I'll do it right now.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait for Saturday, man. God.
The buddy I usually watch it with, I usually go over his house. I bring the food. He gets the wings. Or I bring the wings. He orders the fights. He's got fucking coronavirus, so I'm not going.
Oh no.
He got it like 2 weeks ago, and he's shaking it out right now. He says he's not sick, but like, I got my wife's fucking 7 months pregnant, dude. I ain't risking that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna be watching it from home with the wife wants to watch it though. She's a big Adesanya fan since we watched them in Atlanta. So
Messy ass ring.
are you boys ready to do this? We've been live for 6 minutes. I'm about to hit the music.
Do we have viewers?
No.
Oh, cocksuckers.
Like I said, this is the only way you can do it so I can do it with this software. But one day we'll have viewers. I have a comment section right here. People can type in and say what they want. I'm going to get called a casual again. All right, so we all locked and loaded, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to hit the button.
This is the MMA Takes Podcast. With your host, Brian Petrie.
Oh, live on YouTube, live on podcasting networks around the world. I messed that up. What's up? Pick 'em Podcast, UFC 253. We got a cracker of a card here. I got Devin Tejada at the MMA Fish Guy. I got Tim Mitchell at Temptations10 on Twitter. MMA Takes Podcast on Twitter as well. Yeah, boys, you locked in? You locked in? You ready to go?
I'm locked in, baby.
I feel really good. Dev's been talking a lot of shit for a guy that got skunked 2 months ago by me. He's talking a lot of shit, right? Let's see if he can back it up. All right, so Devin, let's get right into it. Let's no more fluff. Let's get into fights because we're all going to talk about the fights. You didn't want to pick first. Who do you want to pick first since you're the defending champ?
We'll let the basketball guy go first.
Timbo picking first, baby. First fight of the night. Kalidas Ibragimov fucking nailed it. 8-3. He's a minus 178 favorite. He is fighting Danilo Marques. Probably not Marques because he's Brazilian. He is 9-2. He is a plus 144 underdog. Devin, you got the Russian or Brazilian here, Bubba? Or excuse me, Timbo. Not Devin. I already know who Devin's going to pick. I'm in his fucking head.
Marquez would be French, right?
Right. What did I? Yeah, it couldn't be Marquez because that's French. He's Brazilian. It has to be
Marquez.
But listen, Johnny Walker's Brazilian too. But that's a fucking Johnny
true.
Walker.
Dude. So I did a little research on this. I'm gonna be honest with you, Danilo Marques.
Let me tell you right now.
If I'm not mistaken,
I don't know who he is.
Well, I think his last win, he fought a guy who was 0-16.
Yeah. That's a good win. That's
a great win. That guy, I kept digging in. I got really interested in this guy, so I kept digging.
Mark or something, pull up Pomano. That's a fucking...
I'm not even going to try, but he's now 0-21. So whatever commission still gets that team.
Hang him up, bud. Hang him up.
0-21.
But just with that said, I'm going with Ibragimov. Butchered that.
Okay. That's all right. I don't know how to pronounce the names either. Devin, you're going to go second here, pal. Go ahead. Who do you like?
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of just a setup for Ibragimov. He came in, highly touted with some stuff behind him. He can hit hard. Just like Tim said, his opponent is just he's fighting guys with 0-16 records, 5-4 records, 500 records. I think it's kind of just a body at this point. Ibragimov has bigger power, and I feel like it'd probably be like second round TKO. I'm gonna go with Ibragimov.
Ibragimov. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I flirted with taking Danilo here, just because he's 6'6", right? I think Ibragimov stinks. He hasn't won a fight in the UFC yet. I was really tempted to take Danilo here for the points. However, instead of just betting the line, playing all that shit, whatever. I looked into him. He stinks. Like, he's not that good. His record's terrible. Tim pointed out he fought a guy. So 0-16. His two losses are the guys with decent records. He lost to a guy with 6-6, and the other guy's like 13-4 with two losses. And all the other things are just wins because no one's really documenting how that gets done. I hate to go to the same side as you guys, but I can't pick that 6'6" buffoon. I'm going to go the Russian as well, Kalidas, even though he hasn't won a fight in the UFC. Hopefully this is his time to win, and let's go. We're all on the same side there. What do you think about that? Huh? What do you think about that? All right, next up, Jeff Hughes, Ohio, born and bred. Keep that in mind when you make your picks. He is plus 245 underdog. He is 10-3. He is fighting Juan Esposito, who's 9-1. He's a minus 320 favorite. Ultimate Fighter winner. Juan, who hasn't fought in quite some time. Devin, why don't you lead it with this one, bud? You're gonna go ahead and pick on this one.
What's the line on this one again? It's like
Jeff Hughes is a significant underdog at plus 245, and Juan is a minus 320.
See, I don't like those lines from a guy that has. Juan Espino's been sitting on the bench since the Ultimate Fighter. He won the Ultimate Fighter. He's got a good record, 10-1-0, but for a guy that is not active, I don't like that line. But Jeff Hughes, I'm pretty sure he's out of strong style with Stipe. I just don't love Jeff Hughes. I feel like he's a little bit lackadaisical. He doesn't throw a lot. He doesn't throw a lot of shit out there. Juan Espino is a really, really good grappler. That's his staple. He's from Spain. He's a big time grappler. He's a big dude too, and he's really strong. He likes a double leg takedown. I could just see him laying, praying, or getting a submission. He likes the arm locks and stuff like that. I'm gonna go with Juan Espino for submission.
Juan Espino sub. You're not getting extra points by predicting how they're gonna get finished. By the way. You're not getting extra points for that, though.
Oh, he's getting points in the fucking text group.
yeah, he'll give himself points. All right, Tim, why don't you go ahead and finish off here? Who do you like?
I mean, that's been like, has he been hurt?
I don't know. That's.
He's 39 years old.
Yeah, he's old. His name's El Guapo. He's from Canary Islands, which is a tiny little thing in Spain. I don't think he lives here. I know he trains an American Top Team. He might have been hurt. COVID obviously could have fucked some things up as well. It's been a long time since we've seen this guy fight.
Was that the last Ultimate Fighter that they had?
I want to say yes, but I don't want to be wrong, so I'm going to say I don't know.
I mean, I feel the UFC, obviously wants this dude to do well, even though he is 40 years old. Light it up, baby.
Yeah.
But 40 years old, I mean, the UFC obviously wants him to do well. You always want your Ultimate Fighter winners to do well, so I'm pretty sure they're giving him a trash can and Hughes. So I'll take Espino.
Take Esposito. Where are we at here? Okay. Yeah, listen, it's very rare that I pick against Ohio. I'm an Ohio born and bred guy. However, this is, a lot of people assume since he's from Ohio, I'm going to like him. Well, he's from Cleveland. I don't like anything about Cleveland. The city sucks. Okay. Their downtown sucks. The women are ugly. Fucking deal with it. Jeff Hughes, though, he was really hot in the regional scene. A lot of people liked him. I know some guys here fought him in the amateurs, and I've never seen him fight live, but I knew he was kind of a hot prospect. He's kind of got a weird body. He looks like doesn't look like your typical heavyweight nowadays, but, he's kind of pudgy or whatever. Has had some bad luck in the UFC, has fought some tough guys. I think Juan Esposito, stand-up is horrendous. I think his wrestling is really good. I think Jeff Hughes is going to have trouble with the wrestling, and I think Juan is going to be well-rested. Usually when the heavyweights are older and they take a little bit of time off, I think that might be a good thing because, their old bodies can't be getting in there every month or whatever. It's one of the few weight classes where you can fight into your 40s and still be really elite is because you don't have that weight cut. I'm going to go Juan as well. I wanted to take Jeff Hughes because the plus 245 looks interesting. I see Jeff possibly knocking Juan out if Juan decides that he wants to fucking try his stand-up. But I just see Juan taking him down and probably submitting him. If not, definitely winning decision because I don't think Hughes has lights-out takedown offense. So we're all on the same side again. Son of a bitch. Let's go. Next fight, William Knight. Big boy, 8-1, plus 135, underdog. William Knight, plus 135 underdog for fighting another Ohio guy, Alexa Kamur, 6-0, minus 170 favorite. I'll go ahead and start this off. Boys, I do not know how Alexa Kamur is the favorite here. I thought he looked average on the Contender Series. I thought the only reason he got a contract is because Stipe called Dana while that happened and said, I will skull fuck you if you do not sign my guy. He had his UFC debut. He looked very average. He won a very, very boring decision. He gassed. William Knight, big beefy motherfucker, right? He's like 5'6" and he's built like wider than my house. Don't know if he has all the greatest skills in the world. He does have some chin problems. I've seen him get hurt before in fights. He has been knocked out. That one loss is a knockout. However, with the underdog money, I'm going to go William Knight here at plus 135. I think this fight's going to get finished by one of these guys. So the prop bet, maybe for it not to go to decision, is going to be the right play here. But I do like William Knight money line plus 135. I think Kimura's going to come out hot in the first round and then fade away a little bit. Timbo, who do you like?
Your pick. Isn't it Devin's turn?
It can be Devin's turn. We're just bouncing around here. Devin, who do you like?
Good, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm going William Knight too.
Copycat, man.
Damn.
Kimura stinks.
He hasn't fought since Justin Ledet. Justin Ledet is probably the worst fighter on the roster. Nothing against Justin Ledet, but he's outside.
Who'd you say? Who'd you say, Tim?
Tuivasa.
Yeah, Tai Tuivasa is pretty bad.
But I just don't think Justin Ledet's really great. I think he's really, really slow. He's gone back and forth between heavyweight and light heavyweight. Alexei Kimura is not a very large light heavyweight. He's not a big dude. He didn't look good on the Contender Series, like you said. He kind of blew his load in the Ledet fight. You can tell he's only fought guys where he's been the hammer and he's never been the nail. William Knight has been the nail. He's lost by knockout. He's fresh off the Contender Series. He's going to be hungry. I just think William Knight can crack him and hurt him, and I think William Knight will have the better gas tank. I think William Knight's the better athlete. I think even if Kimura hurts him in round one, if William Knight can get it past round one, he can win round 2 and 3, even if he doesn't finish. I don't like the line. I think it should be a pick-em fight, honestly, because there's not a lot known about these guys. But I was flirting with Kimura, but I'm like, I don't like the favorite line. I'm going William Knight all day. I think the line is perfect.
If you're flirting with him, you might as well move in, pal. All right, Timbo.
Trying to fuck my head up.
Timbo, who do you got, man?
So I get the favorite, and you two clowns are taking the dog.
Yeah, well, you can take the dog too.
This guy trains with Stipe. Stipe said the GOAT. This guy, Stipe, is the GOAT. What happened to that,
go
guys?
heavyweight, man.
Oh, okay. Go
heavyweight. He ain't the GOAT. Heavyweight, sure. Go ahead, take him. Put your nuts on the table and take the favorite.
I am. I'm taking fucking Alexei Kimura. He's lengthy. He fucking trains with Stipe Miocic. He's got to win this, and if he doesn't, then fuck Stipe.
That's right. My biggest issue.
He does, fuck Stipe also.
Tim has a problem with Stipe. My biggest issue with this fight is I have seen pretty much all 9 of William Knight's fights. Besides I've seen all 9 of his fights. He does get rattled a little bit. Kimura's got a lot of knockouts, so that's pre-UFC. He does have power. That first round's going to tell a lot to me. But I like Knight at that. If Kimura was the under, I might think it the other way, but I like Knight. All right, next up, you got Shane Young, minus 132 favorite. He's 13-4. He's fighting. This is got to be a fucking hell of a name to say. Ludwig Klein, 18-2, making his UFC debut. He's a plus 108 underdog. Any boys want to take this fight first? If not, I'll take it.
I'll go first.
I'll take it. I'll take Klein. Like I said, I watched a little bit of video on that kid, and apparently he's like the number 1 featherweight in Eastern Europe, or the number 2 featherweight in Eastern Europe, and they produce a lot of good talent. What was it? He said he's 18-2, ain't he?
18-2 plus 108 underdog. Yep.
Yeah. The Shane Young, he's just on this card because Izzy's on this card.
Right. City Kickboxing. They got 4 fights. Right now. Yeah, okay, never mind. The line has stayed the same. Shane Young came down a little bit. Shane Young was a 132. He came down a little bit, but Ludwig Klein is still the underdog on some books. Okay, so you're taking Klein. Dev, who do you like?
Love it.
I'm going with the dog too. I'm going with Ludovic Klein. I think he's the better counter striker. He's got good head kicks. He's got good power. I don't think Shane Young is that great. I agree with Tim. I think he's just riding the wave of City Kickboxing, and he just kind of gets drug around to the cards that Izzy's on. I haven't been really impressed with Shane Young. I watched a little bit of tape on Ludovic Klein. I watched his highlight reel. He's got a lot of good power, a lot of good head kick finishes. He's also got the better record. And outside of the UFC, I would definitely say that Eastern Europe has better fighters than New Zealand and wherever Shane Young took his pre-UFC fights. So I would say that Ludwig Klein has probably fought the better guys too outside of the UFC. And I like the dog money, so I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah,
even though it's basically pick 'em.
Right. It's Klein is a solid prospect. Shane Young's a dog though. He gets in there and fights. He's hard to finish. I like Klein. His skills. He's built well. Wears his pants a little too high for my liking. Put those down a little bit there, pal. Kind of a dorky look. However, I'm not looking for cats. I'm looking for dogs.
Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
Love it.
This is my underdog lock of the night. There wasn't many to choose from for me. I feel confident in this. Shane Young gets hit way too much. He is very durable. He's very tough. He pushes his punches. That's his only real attribute is he's tough. He's not super skilled. Klein, I think, is really skilled. He does carry a lot of muscle. UFC debut, I'm hoping he doesn't gas out because then it can get interesting because I do think Shane Young can take some shots. But we're all on the same board. I'm going to make him my dog lock, though. So I'm going to get that extra point. That's how it works. Ludwig Klein. Yeah, this kid could be the real deal or, like some of these other Europeans, they come in and they get exposed. I mean, it happens. I mean, you don't know what the reason is. All right, next up. The craziest man in the world, Diego Sanchez, plus 490, 30-12. He is fighting Jake Matthews, who's 16-4, minus 750 favorite. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and start this off because this is gonna be pretty easy. Jake Matthews is gonna walk through Diego Sanchez. Diego Sanchez is absolutely fucking crazy, right? His last fight, he's coming off a win, but he basically quit in that fight. You know what I mean? He got hit and said, "Well, what if happens? I don't continue." Oh, but then you win the fight. I can't continue. That's a fucking coward way out, and I've never liked Diego Sanchez. I actually don't really love Jake Matthews either. I think Jake Matthews is a little overhyped. He's really only fights on that part of the world. He never comes to America all that often. It's always in Australia, Abu Dhabi now, New Zealand, whatever. But I'm gonna go with prop that. Now I'm gonna take Jake Matthews, but this is the one shop stop for props. I'm gonna go Jake Matthews is gonna finish the fight. Diego Sanchez hasn't been finished in a little bit. He's hard to put away at times. He basically ran away the last time he fought. I think Jake Matthews is going to come in and make a statement against this old fuck, Diego Sanchez. And Jake Matthews for the dub there. Not going to bet this fight, though. That's way too heavy. I'm not going to go anywhere near this. No parlays, no nothing, but I will bet the prop that it'll get finished. All right, who wants it? Jump on the bone. Dev, you're up. Go ahead.
All right, I want to show y'all my notes for Diego Sanchez.
What does that say? Psychotic?
Oh, man.
It says Diego Sanchez, and then I drew a line through it and put 2 X's through his name.
That's 3 X's, I realized triple X.
3 X's. 4. Shit. 4.
Damn, dude. So you're picking him, right? I can mark that down as an X. You're picking Diego?
Absolutely not.
What?
I was going to write something about this, and I realized that there was absolutely no reason for me to write anything about this. Diego Sanchez is high out of his fucking tree. He thinks he's fighting Conor McGregor for his 4th fight.
I saw that.
I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on. He looked decent in the Mickey Gall fight. Like, he looked like he could put something together in that fight. But Jake Matthews is going to win this fight without a doubt. Like, I just don't think Diego Sanchez. People make jokes about CTE, but if anybody has brain damage in the UFC, it's Diego Sanchez. Like, did you guys see the video of him stretching in the airport and shit? Like,
okay,
I feel bad for him, man. I just feel bad for him because he's fucked up. Like, he needs some help.
Give me the motherfucking underdog point.
What?
Yeah, bro. Y'all are tripping heavy, dude. First of all, okay. Yeah, Diego Sanchez is weird as shit.
Explain it to me, please, because
well, I mean,
what's happening here?
He does win at 7 points.
No, it's 4 points.
Yeah.
4 points.
Yeah.
I thought he was a 7-1.
Well, yeah, he's a 4-1 underdog. Jake Matthews is a 7-1 favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a plus 700.
Bro, yeah. Jake Matthews? Who have you beat? Emil Weber Meek.
Emil Meek, who's a solid. I mean, let me tell you something about Emil Meek. He's solid. Guess who else I beat Emil Meek? Little guy named Kamaru Usman.
Anyways, Shinsho Anzai.
Smoke in his eyes.
Ling Jingling.
That's the leech, bro.
That's the leech.
Johnny Case. Dude, I'm not like
Hollywood Case. Come on, man.
The Leech and Emil Meek are like 2 solid wins, bro.
We're talking about Diego saying like he just ran through Mickey Gall. And don't act like y'all gonna hate on Platinum Mike Perry. That's cool, but Mike Perry is obviously a very good UFC fighter, and Mickey Gall gave him some problems. Jake Matthews is known for his grappling, correct?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, more so than I would say is striking. He's been submitted before. He's
Diego Sanchez.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Diego
go ahead.
Sanchez
Yeah.
never been submitted.
Nope.
Nor will he be. I think it's definitely worth the points. Like,
Sure.
absolutely.
Will he check Jake Matthews' oil?
If he does, fuck it. If it works,
Will he taste it after?
probably.
Here's my biggest issue is Diego's corner, and I mean he's got Stephan Bonner in his corner, who's almost just as weird as Diego at this point is. I mean, Stephan Bonner's got some like real life issues. Like there's a video of him like literally dead asleep behind the wheel on the Vegas freeway, and the cops are like dragging him out of the car. Like he's so out of it. I just don't like.
This is like a free trip to Abu Dhabi, bro.
Right, yeah. I just really don't like the way Diego's at mentally. I mean, listen, the guy used to be crazy. Nightmare Sanchez, he'd fucking would go in there. You have to take a bat to get him out of there. Now he's looking for ways out. You know what I mean? I don't like the way he is mentally. That coach, if you want to call him that, is one of those weird pastors that always gets like celebrities. He's like the Scientology of coaches. You know what I mean?
He's like the Charles Manson of
He's
coaches.
got this guy trapped in him, and Diego's like on his 5th divorce. Like, yeah, this guy's the best. He's got real life problems, but Jake Matthews is younger. He's bigger. He's better. I think he can finish Diego. I think Diego's going to come out, and I think if he gets, he's going to run away a lot, but I think if he gets really cracked, and Matthews, again, not the biggest prospect in the world, in my opinion, but Diego. But listen, you're right. In our scoring system, though,
it makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. My buddy sent me a parlay today, and he had Izzy, he had Reyes, and Sanchez. And I said, and he's betting $2 to win like, it's not a lot of money. It's only like, it's only like $50. I'm like, put $10 on it then. What's $2 going to do you? But yeah, so we're all split. I mean, Devin and I are on the same side, and then Timbo's going for the points. I like the strategy. I usually implement that as well, but usually these freak underdogs never hit for me, like that big of an underdog. But listen, Diego could get poked in the eye and quit again. So
it's true.
Who knows?
If he wins like that, that doesn't count, right?
No, it counts. If it's a W in the record, it counts. Bud.
Fuck. Did you? All right. One more thing is, do you know that they were training with live knives and they train with live weapons at their camp, Tim?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know that his coach literally
Josh Fabian, his head coach Fabian, chases him around the octagon knives, and he's like, "Don't let me get in your space. Don't let me get in your space." With live
weapons, bro. Krav Maga shit.
Emil Meek, the guy who you just talked about. He trained with Diego, and he came out and said, "No, these guys are fucking crazy. I don't want any part of this." There's a video was going on around Twitter. That he's literally doing this with his shoulders, trying to stab you with knives. All right, let's move on. It's a sad
real
story.
Shit though.
It's real. That's a sad story. One of the fights I'm looking forward to the most. Brad Riddell, -340 favorite. He is 8-1. He is fighting Alex Da Silva, 21-2. He is a +260 underdog. Who wants to go first here? Huh? I mean, I think we're all going to be on the same side, probably. Maybe not. Yeah. I don't know.
I think we're going to be on the same side.
All right, well, I'll go first then. Listen, Brad Riddell is a guy. He was one of the few guys to break my video curse when I put a single bet on Instagram, where I put it on YouTube when I was just picking one fighter of the night, my lock of the night. Literally everyone lost. I was cursing all these fighters. I had to stop doing it. Brad Riddell was the only one to break that curse. He fought a really tough guy his last time out, a really heavy base grappler who also has good striking, that fucking bear of a Russian. Magomed Mustaev, maybe. I can't remember. But Brad Riddell, I think, he's Alexander Volkanovski's training striking coach. Big, powerful dude. I think he's going to get this done. Alex Da Silva does have some knockouts on his record. Riddell doesn't have the best defense in the world. I think he has a pretty good chin, but he does get hit a little bit. In Jamie Mullarkey's UFC debut, he kind of gassed out a little bit. He is pretty muscly for this division. He's pretty bricked up for being kind of a shorter guy. Kind of reminds me of a little Sean Shirk body type, Sean Shirk prime. I'm going to go Riddell, though. I like Riddell a lot, even though he's that high of a favorite. This is a bettable fight for me. I think I'm going to unload some clips on Riddell. I think City Kickboxing is going to have a good night besides Shane Young. So I'm going to go Riddell. Yeah. Anybody else? Who's up?
I'll echo your thoughts on that same thing. What'd you say the line was on that, though?
I don't like it.
Riddell's -340.
Oh, geez.
Silva's +260. It's chalky, you know.
It's fucking chalky. I don't like that line. But I'm gonna agree with you, man. Brad Riddell, if he can keep the fight on his feet, Alex da Silva's gonna probably come out and look to grapple. He's a Brazilian guy. Fought a bunch of nobodies over there. Has a decent jiu-jitsu game, but I think Brad Riddell has good enough takedown defense to just sprawl and brawl, just keep the fight where he wants it, and probably hurt him on the feet. He might gas a little bit, but even if he does, you'll probably hurt him enough in the first round and the first half of the second round to steal a decision, even if it goes that way.
Yeah. You jumping on those underdog points, Tim, again?
No, I'm good on this one.
You're going Riddell?
Riddell, your Sean Shirk reference that was on point.
He's built like him a little bit. The old muscle shark. You know, he's
Muscle
a little.
man,
He's probably a little bigger than Shirk because I think Shirk was listed at like probably 5'6". I think he was every bit of 5'3", but his arms were this wide and this short. And but he matches that a little bit. He's like the striking version of Sean Shirk. We're on Riddell. I'm really confident Riddell. He was almost my mortal lock of the night. I usually don't like giving mortal locks my mortal lock pick out that high, minus 340. That's, you know, and I just looked at the line. He's actually ballooned up to minus 355. So he is very, very chalky. To me, though, since I like him, he is playable to me, but I can understand why people are staying away from him. But I think he's a good parlay. I think he's going to be, you know, a nice little parlay play. This fight, main card time, boys. Get ready for the main card. This fight is breaking my brain a little bit. I've been back and forth left and right on this one. Hakeem Dawodu, 11-1-1. He's a plus 100 underdog. He's fighting Zabara Tukadov. I fucking nailed it. He's 19-4-1. He is a minus 122 favorite. Who wants to do this one? If not, I'll get on it. Anybody want to?
Second.
You want? I'll go second. No, you know what, Devin, you go first. No, Devin, you go. Go first.
No, I'll go first. I'm going with Zubaira.
Okay.
I think Hakeem Dawodu is the better striker, but I think Zabara Tukugov. I think he just packs enough power. I've seen Hakeem get touched in his fights. I do think Hakeem is the better striker. He definitely can throw more of a variety of striking attacks. This could it's like a chess match fight of the night brawl. It's like a chess match brawl is how I see this fight.
Yeah.
I really think Zubaira is going to probably come out hard. If Zubaira loses this fight, it'll be by split decision.
Yeah.
I just don't think he throws enough volume. He's a decent combination puncher when he wants to be, but I think if he just stayed more active, he'd have a lot more finishes on his record because he's tough and he can fucking crack hard. Most of the guys out of that section of the world are heavy in the grappling, but Zubaira can really crack. He's a pretty good striker. I just think Hakeem is going to walk into something. I think he's going to be too confident. He's had a lot of shine in the media this week with with what we were talking about earlier. I just think Zubaira is going to come out there and probably hurt him in the first round. I'm not going to call a first round finish because that's not smart to call something like that. But I do think Zubaira is going to probably finish this fight. I think he's going to win.
Timbo, who do you like, bud?
Oh, Hakeem is. I remember I was real big on him because I was real big on Kyle Bochniak after he fought Zabit.
Right.
And I thought a lot of him. And then Hakeem beat him, and I was like, "Wow, this dude must be the real deal."
Mm-hmm.
And then he kept winning decisions, and I was like, "Okay,
fights.
are you gonna get a finish? Or what are you gonna do here?"
Right.
This is tough. This is a tough one. Zubaira, he has a split against Moicano.
Lost. Lerone Murphy, he fought Lerone Murphy last time they were in Abu Dhabi. When Dustin fought Khabib, that was a draw. Zabara looked like he was about to die. He was sweating. So it was when the AC broke in the arena.
Right. Yeah.
He looked like he was about dead. But yeah, that was a draw. Lerone Murphy's a solid prospect, though. This is a tough fight. This is one of the harder fights for me to pick.
What was the line?
Plus 100 for Dawodu, underdog, versus minus 122 for Zabara.
That changed. Zubaira was the dog earlier this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that line must have changed.
Well, he's not the dog anymore.
No, that one.
Yeah, he's not the dog anymore, Bo. Who are you taking? Dawodu? All right. Yeah. Hakeem Dawodu. Mean Hakeem. Here's my situation here, okay? Zabara's that rat that jumped in the cage and punched Conor McGregor. I don't like that. I do think he's skilled. He actually surprised me in the Kevin Aguilar fight. His last time out, he knocked Kevin Aguilar out. Not super high in Kevin Aguilar myself, but he's a solid prospect. He's got a good record. Zabara, again, pretty good grappler, good hands. I think his hands are really fast. Hakeem Dawodu, prior to Canada, This kid has so much talent. It's almost like the Tyron Woodley thing. Obviously, I'm not going to compare him to Tyron Woodley, but he always talks about how he wants to go in there and he wants to really go in there and get the kill, and he has the skills to do it. He has to stand up to do it, and his takedown defense is good and his cardio is good. And he just sometimes just falls a little short. He doesn't really pull the trigger. I feel like he's also fought really good competition. I mean, Kyle Bogniak's no punk. His last time out, he almost got the finish. I mean, he was knocking that guy around the entire. Who was that? Julio Arce. Yeah, he was rocking Julio Arce almost every exchange. I leaned earlier in the week to Zabara. Hearing Devin pick Zabara and knowing that him and I have picked every single fight the same, and I want to beat this guy, I'm going Hakeem, the underdog points, mean Hakeem, the dream. I'll put a poster on my wall if he wins. I think it's really evenly matched. I really do. I think it's an evenly matched fight. I think it should be. It's gonna probably maybe close to a pick'em. A lot of people like Zabara with the grappling skill set. I don't think the stand-up's gonna really come into play on his end. I think Hakeem's got to be a little more aggressive. I think he has more power. If it goes to decision, it's gonna be fucking close, and I'm gonna be just sitting there waiting for it. I'm gonna bet this fight as well. I think this is a bettable fight. I think this is a roll the dice fight. I like betting on pick'em fights because it's almost like a coin flip at some point. And when a guy's on the plus side of a coin flip, I'm going to take that every time. I'm a gambling man, okay? So I like Hakeem Dawodu, and we're split. I love it. All right, next up, little ladies. Let's take it back to the ladies. Caitlin Vieira, minus 184. She's 10-1. She's fighting the Sarge, Sijara Eubanks, plus 148. She is 6-4. Sarge fought like 10 days ago, looked really good. Caitlin Vieira coming off her only loss to Irene Aldana. Boys, who you like this fight? Tim, let's go with you, bud. You go first, bud. Who you like in the ladies?
Sarge must have had a really good camp because she looked very, very good against Sevilla. So I'm gonna rock with her. And what's the line on this?
Sarge is a plus 148 underdog. Vieira she's a good underdog. Caitlin Vieira is a minus 184 favorite. All right, Tim's got Sarge. Dev, who you got?
I was kind of flirting with Sarge. It just scares me that she came off. She was in a war. Like, let's not forget. The first round, she took some shots. She took some shots in that first round, and Sarge just, for a professional fighter with 11 pro fights, she does not like to be hit. You can tell the second she gets touched, she's like, I don't like this. And Caitlin Vieira is probably one of the hardest woman punchers in that division and in the UFC period. Caitlin Vieira can crack. She hits really hard. She was tuning up Irene Aldana until Irene Aldana hit her with that beautiful counter. And
Caitlin Vieira has no finishes by knockout, so I don't know where that's coming from, by the way.
She hits hard, though. She hits really hard. You can see when she hits people, she hurts them. I just don't love the fact that Sarge had that 3-round fight. Her cardio held up. That was the best her cardio's ever looked, and that's another reason why I flirted with it, because Sijara can grapple. Sijara can really grapple. I didn't write anything down for this fight because I kind of wanted to see where you guys went with it.
Well, quit flirting. Let's do the damn thing. Who do you like?
I'm going to go with Caitlin Vieira just because I think she'll hurt her, and I think Sijara is going to become a panic grappler. I'm just betting on Caitlin Vieira to hurt her, because if not, she'll probably lose in the grappling department, but I'm just betting on Caitlin Vieira to hurt her on the feet.
I think Julia Villa is a better fighter than Caitlin Vieira. I had Julia Villa beating Sarge. I like Sarge Eubanks. I think she's one of the women that has a better record than she's better than a record, essentially. She's tough. Her stand-up is coming along. She's strong. I don't think she doesn't like getting hit. No one likes getting hit, but she's got a chin. Villa laid some shots on her, to her body, to her chin. Took it. Sarge is a fucking gamer. She's a beast. She gets on top. She doesn't let go. Caitlin Vieira, girls got some submission wins. I've taken Sarge in the underdog points fucking all day long. Sarge Eubanks here. I think she looks fresh. I know the war she did was in with Avia, but before that she hadn't really fought all that much. And I like that she's going to get back-to-back. She's not cutting weight anymore to 125. She's at 135. She's healthy. I watched the embedded. She seems to be in a good mental place. She's got her coaches there. And with that plus number, you got to go Sijara Eubanks, baby. Let's go. Okay, Kai Kara France, 21-8, minus 250 favorite versus Brandon Roval, 11-4, plus 198 underdog. This is another really, really tough fight to pick, in my opinion. Boys, who do you got? Let's go Dev first. Dev, go first. Who you want?
I have shit written down about these guys, but I'm
Tell
just
me.
torn on them because I don't love Kai Kara France. I kind of think he's a little bit overhyped. I don't think he's awesome. I think the camp and him being in that weight class allows him to get a lot more shine than he would get, say, if he was at featherweight or 155. Brandon Royval is kind of just a wild card, though. You don't really know much about him. He says he likes to strike, but he's more of a grappler than anything. Tim Elliott is... You can't really base anything on Tim Elliott because he's just wild and will put himself into really bad positions, as we've all seen countless times. Brandon Royval is probably the better grappler. Kai Kara France is going to be the better striker. It's kind of just like playing the wild card and playing the number. I'm going to go with Brandon Royval just because I don't love Kai Kara France.
Dev with the
I know
rare
striking's
underdog
good.
pick. Man.
His best performance was against Tyson Nam, which is I gave you guys some free money on that.
Thanks for the free favorite money.
Yeah, right. You fucking chalkster.
While I'm picking the underdog.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised. This surprised me. I kind of knew who you're going with every single one of these fights, and I liked it. Timbo, you want to chime in? You want me to go, babe?
One point. Kara France, dude, change your fucking nickname because that don't blink shit.
Is that what it is? Don't blink.
Yeah, his name
I
is
like
Don't
his name,
Blink.
Kai
He got
Kara.
6 decisions.
Is his first name Kai Kara or is his last name Kara France?
Kara France.
Kara France. But you say it all together. You don't ever just go Kai. You go Kai Kara France.
Sure.
It's a cool. It's a cool fucking name, man.
It's a good name.
It's a good
Nickname
fucking
stinks.
name.
Nickname stinks, dude. You gotta get.
Yeah, don't blink. I mean, you got to finish somebody if you want to go with that.
Right. And yeah, I'm gonna take them dog points and Royval and take him as well.
Ooh, boys
Just see
getting
finish his
underdog.
fights.
I think that's some risky stuff. You guys are Tom Cruise right now. Very risky. Let me tell you something. I like Kai Kara France. I think he's only got one loss in the UFC. Isn't that crazy? He never made it after the Ultimate Fighter. He lost to Pantoja. They never signed him. Had to fight a bunch of tough dudes. Came back to UFC. Lost once to Brandon Moreno, who's going to fight for the title anytime. Kai Kara France has really good striking. His cardio used to be really, really good. His last time out, I feel like he slowed down a little bit to me. But I think his striking is really good. He's a point fighter. He's definitely not a knockout artist. Ravel's kind of a wild guy. Listen, Ravel's coming from the LFA. He's fought some tough fucking dudes. Mm-hmm. He's not fighting bums. Like, he's the former LFA champion. The guy's got some great submission skills. He's got a good attitude. He's positive. I think that's a really good underdog pick. I hate how high Kai Kara France is. People are high on him. I'm kind of high on him. But with this matchup, with Ravel having a little bit of heat, with the Tim Elliott win, it's the line's a little lopsided to me. I don't know if I'm going to be super confident betting this fight, but I am going to pick Kai Kara France as the favorite here. I think he's just going to outpoint him, outmuscle him. I think he's going to have a hard time. Ravel, that is going to get the fight to the ground. I think Kai Kara is going to be able to keep the fight standing, really piece up Ravel. I think his hands are really sharp, and as long as he doesn't gas, I think we're going to be okay. I think it's going to be a decision win for Kai Kara. I'm going to go the over. I'm going to go the over the rounds. It will go over. I think it's set 2.5 right now. It's definitely going to go over that. And I'm going to bet that. Probably the round prop. I won't bet the fight money line. All right, co-main event. We're getting a new light heavyweight champion. Tim is very upset about that because he's a John Jones guy. Let me read the lines here. Minus 290, Dominic Reyes. The Dominator. Is that what his name is? What is his fucking name? Something like that. No, it's not the Dominator because he respected Don Cruz. What did he?
It's like the Devastator.
The Devastator. Even worse. You fucking corny dork. He's fighting Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz, 26-8, plus 225. A lot of sharps, a lot of people I respect think that Jan Blachowicz is the best value on this card. I'm going to go Tim first because he is the light heavyweight expert. Tim, what we got here, baby? What we got? What we got here?
If I could pick what I want to happen,
yeah,
we're going draw and John Jones keeps that fucking belt. That
Dude,
would be
the
nice.
prop for the draw in this fight's got to be like plus 10,000. You're gonna put $10 down. Why not?
Fuck it.
Yeah,
Might do it.
You speak that into the existence, it's gonna happen.
But that's not what I want to happen. What I want to happen is for Dom Reyes to get his fucking brain scrambled by Jan. And,
Fucking brains punched in.
I'm taking, dude. Like, I mean, Dominic Reyes had his chance, dude. Like, you showed me what you did in your chance, which was run away for the 4th and 5th round against John Jones. Now you're getting another chance. So why should I think anything's gonna be different?
Right.
Jan can fucking crack. Ask Luke Rockhold.
Yep.
And John Jones doesn't even crack like that unless you get hit with a flying knee or some shit.
Right. Well, John Jones does do crack, but yeah, he doesn't.
Facts. He does. It's probably the highest
No,
quality.
it's not crack. It's cocaine.
Well,
It's
you
the
fry cocaine up,
precursor.
you get crack cocaine. You bet your ass John Jones has tried it. By the way, Timbo, I see your new chair back there. It looks fresh.
Yeah, buddy.
Wanted to shout that out. All right, so finish your thought there.
Going Jan, man.
Woo! Underdog.
He had a rough start to his UFC career for sure. I think there was one point he was almost about to get cut, but he's came alive here the past couple of years. And Luke Rockhold, I'm really high on Luke Rockhold. I think he's still one of the most talented light.
If Luke Rockhold had a fucking chin, if Luke Rockhold had any kind of chin, right? He would still be probably middleweight champion. Maybe. I don't know. Izzy would have given him a run, Paul Lacoste, all those. But he would have never got knocked out by Bisping with that left hook.
Right.
But his chin it is what it is. His athleticness is. I'm going to go to Devin, though. I have your marker out. I've already written down who you're picking, Devin, because you've sucked his dick for months now. So go ahead and tell us who you want.
You guys know I like Dom. And
He says
it's more,
like he's not
It's
picking
more or
Dom.
less just because of the John Jones fight, and it's more or less just to piss you guys off too.
Sure.
Doesn't piss me off. He lost.
But what did I tell you? I told you guys a while ago. Brian said Jan stinks. I said Jan Blachowicz is a live dog in this fight. Don't sleep on Jan Blachowicz. We got the receipts for that. Dom Reyes is. Everyone's gonna say he's a better athlete. Blah blah blah. He is definitely the better athlete. He's the faster guy. Jan is definitely the more experienced guy. He's been a champion in another organization. He's probably got the best jab at light heavyweight. He's definitely tough. He's been knocked out because he will put himself in bad positions. He will rush in and throw combinations and get caught. That's what Thiago Santos caught him with. But Thiago Santos,
classic setup.
Santos is probably the most. He's probably the most dangerous striker at 205.
You ever heard of a guy, Yuri Prosaga?
Yeah, I watched him get beat around for pretty bad before he won.
All right, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I got a weird feeling that Jan Blachowicz is going to pull it off. I'm going Jan Blachowicz, dude.
Whoa!
I think... Also, Dominic Reyes could easily cut an angle and hit him with an uppercut and finish him in the second round.
Devin's hedging hard.
But I'm going... I just got a weird feeling. I got a weird feeling that Jan's going to win the fight. I think Jan has more tools to win, too. Dominic is the better athlete. He's the faster guy, but Jan can also grapple. He's got good subs. He can grapple when he needs to grapple, and he's good enough in the stand-up. He's definitely the slower puncher. He throws hooks from way low, like, when he hurt Rockhold. But Blachowicz also has good kicks. Dominic Reyes has really good kicks. I just have a weird feeling. It's one of those things where I have a fucking feeling that Jan Blachowicz is going to win the fight. It's just...
This was a classic Dev setting up how good Jan is and then picking Dom. I've seen it a million times. That shocked me. That surprised me. I'm going Dom Reyes. Solely based on the fact that I really like how Dom Reyes moves backwards. Like, I know he knocked out Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman's washed, whatever you guys want to say. Regardless of who he knocked out, that punch would have knocked out anybody.
Slick.
That backwards left hand, one of the hardest things to throw in MMA. It was very clean.
Slick.
I'm a little worried about Dom's conditioning here. He's complained that he only had 5 weeks to prepare. He slowed down against John Jones, right? I don't think Jan's going to put as much pressure as Jones did, and it's going to be a different style fight. I think Reyes is going to be more athletic, right? He's a little looser in there. But if Jan really turns this into a dogfight and drags this out, I really see Jan can maybe pull away in 4 and 5, and we can see a weird decision. I just like Dom Reyes in this fight. I think he's a little bit athletic. I don't like him as a fighter. I think the minute he wins this, he's going to lose it to the next guy.
Santos.
Yeah, Santos, if Santos gets past Glover, which I think he probably will. But yeah, I'm going to go Reyes. I'm going to go chalk. I don't want to bet this fight, right? I think everyone's right, though. I do think there's some serious value on Jan Blachowicz. Maybe come Saturday when I'm staring at FanDuel and I have a couple bucks left over and I go, fucking put on an underdog. Put it on Blachowicz. I think that's a smart play, right? But as of right now, I just think Dominic Reyes is a little too athletic. Like, he's younger. I mean, Jan is like 37. But props to Jan. He did an interview and he literally praised Joanna because he said, without Joanna Poland MMA wouldn't be where it's at.
Dude.
I liked how he gave props to her. He said she's the queen. And a lot of Polish MMA has come over. And that's pretty cool to see. All right, main event time.
One more thing about
that. Go ahead.
If you look at the Jacare Souza fight, Jacare's really good in the clinch and really, really strong in that position. And Jan was able to get him against the fence and beat him in the clinch. Even if he loses 2 rounds to Dominic, if he doesn't get 10-8'd, he could squeak those last 3 rounds out, just holding him against the cage and using cage control.
My only counter for that is Jacare is an 85er, not a 205er, right?
For sure.
He's big, he's strong, whatever. And Blachowicz is a thick boy. Like, he's not a small guy.
Big dude.
But
Polish power.
Reyes is a big dude too. I mean, Reyes is one of those few guys that's really matched Jones physically, right? Jones isn't like the 100%. Most intimidating guy in the world physically, but everyone that gets in there is like, dude, that dude's so fucking strong. And Reyes had confidence leaving that cage. So, the guy's full of confidence. Let's see. I think it'd be interesting if Reyes won. Actually, I think it'd be interesting if Blachowicz won too. I mean, I just want to see a good fight, right? I mean, I'm rooting for Reyes. I probably won't bet him. But I'm rooting for him because I picked him. All right, main event time. We got to get to the main event. We're at 44 minutes. This is going to take me at least an hour and a half to express how much I love Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya, 18-0, right? Is that what it is? Sorry. Yeah, 18-0. He's a minus 188. That was as of yesterday. Let me see what he is now. He is fighting Paulo Costa, who was 12-0, 13-0, excuse me. He's a plus 152 underdog. Boys, I'm going to go first. All right, so Izzy's a 184. I'm going to keep this kind of short, kind of simple. Israel Adesanya is, everyone knows I love him, right? He's currently one of my top 3 favorite fighters right now. I love his mental. I love his skill. I love everything about him. I know he gets a lot of hate for the pink hair, the blonde hair, all that shit. I just think he's a unique individual. I think the whole anime stuff is very dorky, right? A lot of people bash him, but he continues to do it. When he became champion, people asked him like, hey, are you going to stop liking porn stars' posts? Because I don't follow any porn stars, right, on Twitter, and then all of a sudden these things would pop up of a girl with a fucking dildo in her ass, and I was like, why? What is this popping up for? And it's because Israel Adesanya liked it, and I'm like, oh shit, like I shouldn't be, my daughter's next to me, and they asked him like, since you're champ, are you gonna stop? And he goes, no, fuck no, I'm gonna do me. I like people that are their own individual, and Israel Adesanya is definitely his own individual. He also backs it up with skill. Breaking down this fight, a million people have broken down this fight over who are well more educated than me, so I'm gonna have to go there. But I looked at the Uriah Hall fight. Uriah Hall had really good success jabbing straight punches against Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa way through that. And obviously knocked out Uriah Hall and did this thing, but Uriah Hall looked pretty good in that. I think Izzy's going to be dynamic with his striking this fight. I think kicks are coming. I think jabs are coming. I think uppercuts are coming. Costa's a freight train that comes forward. I can see Costa maybe wanting to wrestle a little bit. I see this also going over 2.5 rounds probably, and I see Costa going in the deep water because he quit on The Ultimate Fighter Brazil. If you guys watched that, he literally said he couldn't see. He quit in between rounds because he was so exhausted. I still think that's his MO. I don't think he's a 5-round fighter. I think he's gonna go out there headhunt Izzy. He's gonna have a hard time fighting him. Izzy's my mortal lock, and he's my send him home.
Send him home early.
Izzy's gonna get a KO probably mid-3rd round. I think once Costa's exhausted, because I do think Costa can take it. I think it's gonna be competitive in the first, kind of a little bit of a chess match. I don't think Izzy's gonna come out on fire like people think he is after the Yol performance. But I think he's going to be calculated, and I think he's slowly going to take over the fight, kind of like he did with Whitaker, which was the plan. Obviously, he caught Whitaker at the end of the first round, took him out in the second round. I see that happening, but in the 3rd round. All right, who wants it? Dog on the bone. Who gets it? Tim, go. Tim, talk.
Man, you kind of just fucking changed my mind. That was some great analysis.
Go, right Izzy.
I
got him right here.
I really think about, with the Uriah Hall fight, like Paulo was getting touched.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Izzy definitely has underrated power. You look at him, you don't think that power comes from him, and then you see, what he did to Kelvin Gastelum, what he did to Whitaker especially. Costa is just. I'm thinking that his fucking them forearms.
Mm-hmm.
If he learns how to cover up with them forearms,
right,
and walk through Izzy and not let him get not let him get that length, not let him get his power across. I think Costa can get this done, and I'm rocking with Costa. And I love it. He comes on one of my favorite podcasts, other than MMA Takes, of course, called Flagrant.
Is that with Schultz?
Yeah,
Andrew Schultz. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's been on there a couple of times. He's just a flagrant ass dude. He's cool as shit. He is who he is. He doesn't care what people think. He's like personality wise, he's definitely one of my top fighters. Stylistically, he's kind of let me down a lot of times. Like Yoel Romero fight, like what the fuck was that? Anderson Silva fight, why didn't you put him away? Like there's a lot of times I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Was it Brad Tavares that he
5 rounds? Yeah, he didn't put Brad away. Yeah, that was his third UFC fight.
Whitaker did granted, Whitaker came out and did what he did against Till, but we're not going to get into Till because I don't want to hurt Brian's feelings.
What?
But,
yeah, he won the fight. No one's going to change my mind.
Whitaker gets touched and gets hurt bad.
Yeah.
So does Costa. Uriah dropped him. Yoel dropped him. He gonna get dropped.
Yeah, but look what happened to Luke Rockhold after Yoel fought him, and look what happened to Robert Whitaker after Yoel fought him. So that's kind of like you know what I mean? He takes their soul.
But Yoel didn't land anything on Izzy.
Yeah, he did. He landed one clean shot and Izzy ran away.
One clean shot,
bro. He said he was gonna drop him like the Twin Towers, and then got touched.
Right, that's a bad look. But let's also not forget that Izzy landed more strikes than Yoel. He doesn't have pink hair. He shaved his head.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did. Handsome as shit, man.
See, I'm going with Costa Death.
No, I'm going. I
already wrote you down.
Should win this fight, blah blah blah. And then I went back and watched the Kelvin Gastelum fight, and I'm like, Kelvin Gastelum and Paulo Costa are boys. They have something in their back pocket there. They can talk to each other. I think Kelvin Gastelum is overrated. I thought he was the shit. I was like, he's really, really good after the Israel fight. But I think he's overrated. I think he's lackadaisical. I think there's moments where he could have finished Israel Adesanya in that fight, and he chose to grapple instead. Israel is a good striker, but he still has a flawed striking game. He gets touched a lot. Paulo Costa's best punch is his left hook, which is what Kelvin Gastelum throws, a lot of overhand lefts. I think Paulo Costa is also an underrated body puncher. He's probably the best body puncher at middleweight. He throws a lot of combinations. It could go two ways. Paulo Costa could come forward and get countered the same way Robert Whitaker did. I don't think Israel puts him away with one shot. The way he put away Robert Whitaker like that at the end of the first round, he just put him right away. I don't think Paulo Costa gets put away like that. Yoel cracked Paulo Costa, dropped him, and he was able to recover. I just have a feeling that Paulo Costa will win this fight. I think he can hurt Izzy. Paulo Costa's gas tank scares me. He gassed in the Yoel fight. He was still in there, but he kind of started gassing. I think if Paulo Costa can work the body, he has faster hands than Kelvin Gastelum. Equally tough. The fight IQ I don't know about, because Kelvin Gastelum's fight IQ stinks. I just think Paulo Costa can do enough damage, even if he loses the last 2 rounds. If he doesn't get finished and gas out, he can hurt Izzy. Izzy got hurt bad against Kelvin Gastelum. He took a lot of big shots, and I'm just leaning on Paulo Costa to have the faster hands, hurt him to the body, and come up top. Israel will misplace his feet, and he'll get touched. He'll overextend on certain punches when he tries to counter. That's how we got hit, and that's how we got hit against Kelvin Gastelum. I just think if Kelvin Gastelum wasn't so lackadaisical and actually threw more combinations, I could see Paulo Costa hurting him the same way and just going buck wild and fucking finishing him instead of trying to go for a single leg takedown. In that moment, instead of going for the takedown against the cage, if you'd have just went to the body and then went to the head, he could have finished Israel. He had him out of there.
Here's my favorite thing about MMA that everyone does is they look at records. Let's look at Paulo Costa's record. Gareth McClellan. Seen the UFC? Do you guys know who that is? Aluwala Bambuza. Is he in the UFC? Do you guys know who that is?
He was in the UFC, yeah.
Johnny Hendricks. That guy's doing well right now, right? Was he working at a gas station in Oklahoma?
Oh, he owns a steak restaurant, man. Come on.
Uriah Hall. It's a decent win. A lot of people got wins over Uriah Hall. And then Yoel Romero, which, Devin, you have went on record and said Yoel won that fight. So, again, let's not overstate Paulo Costa. He's 13-0. He's got a great look to him. He's fucking jacked up. He's funny. He's learning English. Devin, you love his trash talk. Let's not gas him up too much. He's still a baby in this sport. Izzy Adesanya has 80 kickboxing fights, 19 MMA fights. The experience is all on Izzy Adesanya's side. Izzy wanted to fight him right away, and Dana White said no, because Dana White knew Costa's a rocket ship. Izzy's a rocket ship, and they're going to meet and make some money. Obviously, no one predicted COVID because this would have sold out either in Brazil or New Zealand if there was fucking fans. I mean, this is an awesome main event. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm rocking with my guys. I just think you guys are remembering Paulo Costa a little bit too much. It's been over years since he fought. I don't think he all looked that great against Joel Romero, in my opinion. Obviously, Israel didn't look good either. But everyone's kind of on Paulo's nuts, and I don't see it quite yet. All right, I'm gonna need
really?
you guys.
There's other people picking him too?
Huh?
Are there other people picking him too? Have you listened to anyone else that's picking him?
I don't think. No, I don't.
I mean,
Huh?
Tapology percentage on it is 33% Costa, 67
One of the guys that are watching us live right now, Fight Night Picks, my buddies in Canada, they have an awesome YouTube show. I believe they put a poll up on Twitter, and a lot of their fans and listeners had Costa winning. I think
really?
Anik and Florian did the same thing. Their podcast, I believe Parker and Florian both picked Izzy, but they have put a poll up, and a lot of people picked Costa as well. So I think the fan perception is Costa's going to win. However, I will say this. I love that people are betting Costa because that means Izzy's getting lower and lower, and I'm emptying the clip on him. All the money I won, he's going to be the reason I get a new microphone. He's going to be the reason, and he's going to be the reason why I win against used tos. Now, what I need from you, Mortal Locks, underdogs, send them homes.
Oh,
look it over. Let's go. Get you some points.
I think the reason why that line is going where it is and people are clicking that vote button is because I read a lot of the comments on social media. A lot of the MMA fans are kind of getting tired of Israel Adesanya. I see a lot more hate for him now than I ever have.
I also think it's Brazil has a bigger population than New Zealand. That's also part of it as well.
Well, he's Nigerian or wherever he's from, so that's a pretty big part of the world.
Underdog lock, I'm taking Royval.
Underdog lock, Timbo, getting after it.
Damn. Fucker. That was a good one. I might... oh, man. At least you didn't pick Diego Sanchez. That would have been embarrassing.
He's already going to get enough points for him anyway. If Diego wins, he's...
Bro, if he wins...
Tim's already getting 4 points. I don't think we will be able to beat him. If Diego wins, Tim wins. So you better be the biggest Diego Sanchez fan. His only fan.
Bro, straight up. I'm going Ludovic Klein for my underdog lock.
Oh, copy fucking cat.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. It's all right. There's no rules.
William Knight.
No. Why don't you do William Knight?
No, I'm going Ludovic.
All right. What's your mortals? Boys? If you had to bet on one fight on this entire card, who you put money on?
10.
Oh, this is tough.
I might change my Caitlin Vieira pick too. I'll text you later.
Riddell.
Royval is your mortal?
No.
Riddell. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Riddell mortal lock. That's a good one.
Mortal
lock. I got some shit at work. They're like, what does that mean? I'm like, look it up, you fucks. It means that it's a sure thing. Give your mortal lock, man. Sure thing.
Like you're willing to put your life on it.
Yeah.
I think
Come on. Go ahead. Put your nuts on the table and have Costa as your mortal lock. Do it.
No, I'm going to do a chalky one. I'm going to go with Juan Espino.
Juan Espino from Spain.
The model. Dude looks like a fucking supermodel. I don't know what he's fighting for.
Juan Espino?
Yeah, he's like driving sports cars and doing like supermodel pictures and shit. Look at his Instagram. It's fucking weird. He's got like beach pictures in a supercar.
He doesn't look handsome to me, man. I have to check him out.
Look at his Instagram. It's fucking weird.
I grade handsome. Well, handsome's important to me, so I have to look him up.
Like an older cologne model.
Are
you looking at it, Tim?
Yeah, I am.
The most interesting man in the world.
The same thing.
It's like a cologne. He's like a cologne model or something.
That's why he's not fighting, bro. He's out there getting all that tail. He's modeling. Why fuck up his face? Nah, he's got a good head of hair, but I don't think he's good looking.
He's got a great head of hair, but that's about it.
That's about it. That fucking that weird Spanish Zorro goatee thing, that doesn't work for me. This is coming from a guy that can't grow facial hair, but shave that shit, man. He looks in shape though. Tell you what, he looks.
Not really. Does he? Look at him again.
No, yeah, I looked at the wrong picture. I looked at one picture. But he was kind of chubby on the Ultimate Fighter too. I mean, he gets it done. Yeah, he's got this whole thing. Kind of actually looks like my wife's
we doing
cousin.
Send him homes?
Yeah, I need you to send him homes. I need Devin's. Nope, send him homes from both of you. Sorry, Devin gave me his number.
Jan, send that fucking faker home.
Wait, what? Who?
Jan Blachowicz.
Oh shit!
Blavovich.
I always call him Jan in my head. I don't know why. All right, send him home, Timbo. Devin, send him home. Who you got? Who you betting? What's your prop, baby?
My prop.
Get it done.
I'm not gonna say Jake Matthews.
Oh, that's an easy one.
But I sent him home. I'm gonna go with Brad Riddell.
Brad Riddell, send him home.
If he doesn't gas out, I think he can finish. I'm gonna go with decision though. I think he takes
Johnny.
here.
Send him
Little
home
Johnny
early.
Enick there. This could be a good
Just
card.
send him home. That goes by decision.
Yeah, it's a good card. I mean, I like last week's card better, obviously, but it's something about a pay per view. It's something about 2 title fights. I really broke down this card because I knew I was going against you guys, and I'm really invested in a lot of these fights now. You know, what I mean, that's the good thing about MMA is like, if you really look deep enough into a fight, even the fights that stink, you can get invested. I think that's why the Contender Series is so great because they play those fucking sappy stories like my dad died, he lost his head, and all this
Every
crazy
time.
stuff, and then you're like, oh fuck, I want to root for this person now. You know what I mean? So that's
It's
what's
crazy how that works,
it's
isn't it?
and they know what they're doing. They know their sappy stuff. Like
My mother smoked crack and left me on the floor, left me on the ground in front of a fire station. Like,
right,
something
like
weird.
when my buddy Chris was on there, his mom's a doctor. She's very educated, and I think his dad is too. Right, like she's like a professor doctor. Right, she has a PhD. She's very smart, and he's just like, I don't know what to talk about. Like nothing's really going. Like so, he talked about like our buddy Chris right here. He passed away. That was like a good training partner. Right? Maybe I think he talked about that. But other than that, he's like, I don't really have that sad of a story. Yeah, this is fun though, boys. It looks like a W to me. It looks like a W to me. We split a lot on the second half of the card. A lot of us are in the beginning. Tim started off with the Diego Sanchez pick, which I think is bananas. But if it pays off for him, fucking respect.
You got a lot of dogs, Tim.
Respect. And Paulo Costa is going to be, knocked out till at least Tuesday. Probably he's probably not going to wake up till at least Tuesday. That's they're gonna. He barely knows English right now. After Izzy fucks him up so bad, he's not going to know any English. So that's what's going to happen. That's how confident
He's
I
still
am.
winning the trash talk too.
No, you're out of your face. No, he's not.
I don't know,
Dude, Izzy said, "Shut the fuck up before I become your stepdad." That like he.
But that's Izzy scripted. Like I feel
That's
like
no. Dude, Conor McGregor.
Izzy's very scripted.
But this is coming from a guy who likes Colby, who's the most scripted guy in the world.
That's why I like it because it's so terrible. It's good.
All right, I can't disagree with that. It is terrible. It is fucking awful. I think Izzy
so
just
bad.
shoots from the hip, man. I don't think it's scripted. I definitely don't think that line was scripted. They've been like pleasant to each other, and then they've been real rude to each other. It's like weird. Like there's that video of them meeting each other for the first time, and they're like, "Hey, you look kind of skinny." No, you look skinny, and they were kind of cool. And then they do the press conference, and they start making fun of his earring, and he's fucking. And then Izzy claps back. I don't know. Bad blood, no bad blood, doesn't matter. This could be a fucking banger of a fight. I'm excited. All right, boys.
That's right.
That's
so
it.
Weird, man. You're definitely right.
Who's right?
No, I'm saying you're right. It's just I feel like it's weird. Like I've seen all their interactions, and it's like they're cool and then they're not cool, and then like Izzy jumped over the cage like he wanted to do what Khabib did, and then like he saw him in a doorway and was like, "Hey, bro."
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, boys, that's it. Thanks for joining me. We'll do this again, and you guys will congratulate me. You both have my address, so send me a bottle of champagne after I win. Okay. All right, boys. I'll see you.
Send you a case of Mountain Dew.
I'll take it. I fucking need it.